Hello Leo, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your January 2023 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. Happy New Year. We will be doing a classic Celtic cross for January and we will clarify. There will be an extended at the end of the reading, so you can go to the description box below. Click on the link to watch your extended reading, and below that it's the PayPal link. I'm operating an honesty box feature on my channel. So we'll start off with the sound bowl just to cleanse the energy. So if you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. All right, Leo, let us see what January has in store for you. So we'll use a gilded deck for a good old classic Celtic cross. Let's see what is going on for you. Please be mindful that energies are non-gender specific. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know the drill. Woo! And I also offer personal readings, and you can find out information on my website below. Okay. Leo, January 2023, please, for their highest good. Okay. Current energy is the Knight of Wands. You've got a lot of va-va-voom in you for the month of January. The challenge here is Ace of Swords. Something coming to light. Your conscious area of approach is the Devil. Okay, so perhaps getting a little bit obsessed with your work or your endeavors. And subconsciously we have the World. Okay, so deep down you are sensing that there is something that's coming to full completion, to the end of a cycle. Your recent past was the Fool. Okay, so brand new leap of faith. Immediate future's Judgment. Guys, we've got a lot of major arcana here. This is a big month for you. Your attitude for the month is the Magician. Okay, again, another major arcana. The energy surrounding you this time is the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is the environment and people around you. And we will be in Mercury retrograde as well. So you could be getting blasts from the past coming on in. People from the past. An element of nostalgia. Your hopes and fears is a Nine of Cups. Will I get my wish fulfillment? I hope I get my wish fulfillment. What if I don't get my wish fulfillment? Is my wish fulfillment what I really wish? All of those questions. And the outcome is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so perhaps just needing to close up some sort of last minute things for the Ten of Wands to occur. Now, the Ten of Wands is usually carrying a heavy burden and but being very close to the finish line. All right. So let us see what is happening for you. We're going to clarify and then we'll delve straight into it. But given that the Fool is in your recent past position, you've recently taken a leap of faith, okay, in one area of your life. I'm feeling more work related for you, although it could be romantic, but I'm feeling more work related because of that Knight of Wands in your current energy theme of the month, and that Devil energy, which can be quite compulsive, kind of workaholic energy as well. Now the Devil card is also a Capricorn sign, and we are in still the energy of, oh my goodness, Devil at the bottom of the deck as well. We are also in the star sign of Capricorn. Sun is shining in Capricorn over this time, so you may also be picking up a lot of that energy of diligently working hard. Okay, right. The Judgment call needs to be made. Right, let us clarify in the same order, and then I'll jump right in. So, Knight of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Swords. Ace of Wands clarified by the Knight of Wands, right? Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute. The devil, we've got the hangman. Okay. The world, under the world card area of your subconscious feelings is 10 of swords. Also an ending, just like the world is. For the fool, we've got the tower. For judgment, we have the devil. For the magician, under in your attitude, we've got the 5 of swords. Under the 6 of cups, for your environmental factors, we've got wheel of fortune, which is really nice. Under the 9 of cups, we have the 2 of cups. And under the 10 of wands, we have strength. Leo is quite a big month for you. We will have to clarify a little bit further. But I mean, it feels to me like in your past position, you had an opportunity to take a leap of faith. Perhaps this is a leap of faith in terms of an opportunity, work-related, or an offering of love, okay? But it came quite as a surprise because of the tower. You didn't see it coming. Currently in your energy with that Knight of Wands and the 7 of Swords, you've got this energy of enthusiastically making stuff happen. You're charged up, you're powered up at this time throughout the month of January, and it's like looking at ways. It's what I really like about this is that it's because the 7 of Swords is quite a strategic card, quite a cunning card, kind of thinking outside the box. So I feel like you're charged up and ready to think outside the box and find new ways of trying something out. Okay, so this could be a rekindling of relationship from someone in the past, and it could also be in terms of business, but I feel like it's very much connected to that world card. Okay, the challenge here is seeing when we rush forward with an energy and enthusiasm. So say, for example, it's a new love interest, and we get caught up in the frenzy of it, we get caught up in the excitement of it. And sometimes we don't always see the truth of the situation. Sometimes we don't see the other side of the coin, because the sword always has it's a double-edged side, right? Ace of Swords is like a truth serum, seeing something for what it truly is rather than what we want to project onto it. So I feel like that's going to be the challenge for you in this month. So even if it's a project that you are kind of willfully figuring out new ways of getting what you want, it feels like maybe you need to be investigating a little bit more before you apply the work. So for example, if you get an idea, an inspired idea, depending on what that Fool card is for you, that new leap of faith, that new beginning was for you, is how it obviously will resonate. But it feels to me like you might be caught up so much in the excitement of it that maybe there's something that you're not picking up on, which might be wise to do. In the area of your conscious thoughts, it's like if you feel so driven at this time. Now, the Devil card is not always a bad card, right? It is also a Capricorn card. Capricorn energy is really kind of hard work, diligence, making stuff happen. But we've got the Hanged Man there as well. So I feel like this impulse to put all your eggs in one basket and charge forward with it is a type of kind of overworked, workaholic type energy. Or if it relates to somebody that's come into your life, it could be a friend, family member, romance as well. But it feels like it's quite overpowering. It's a bit full on. It's a bit much. It's not very balanced, okay? And sometimes that's good because eventually it all balances out. You know, we put our heart into something, we go nuts with it, we get so engrossed and obsessed with it, but you can get some really good things that come out of that sort of intense, extreme energy. And then you might get a cycle later down the line where nothing is happening. So overall, it does balance out. We do need to experience all of these assets or aspects. You've got the Hanged Man with here, and I will be clarifying a little bit further, but it seems to me that it's you're trying your best to put all your eggs in that basket, but also see it from multiple angles, because I feel like you want to, because you're so engrossed in it, whether that be a project or new love, whatever this new leap of faith was, and it's a risk that you took really, but you're childlike in it and excitable in it. You're certainly excitable for sure, 100%. But I feel like you really are consciously trying to do the work of looking at it from many different perspectives, so you can really analyze, or it's not really analyze because it's not the mental body, it's enlightenment. If you look at the card, the hangman is upside down and there's a yellow around his head, which represents enlightenment. And that's where your efforts are at this time. You want to understand it from all perspectives. In your subconscious area, you feel it's sort of happening in the energy around you, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And it's that something has definitely come to an end. So you can't really start a new book unless you've closed another book. Okay, it's like closing a door before you open the other one. And so you know that that's happened, but it came with a great sense of loss. Okay, where you felt that something was dead, done, over with. There's no way in rekindling something. It feels quite, it has almost like spiritual awakening vibe to it as well, because sometimes when we go through a bit of a dark night, not a bit of a dark night of the soul, dark night of the soul it's heavy. Sometimes when one aspect of our life has come to an end, we grieve the loss of the old us before we can step into our new person. Okay. And then when we've got your immediate future, you have the Judgment card with the Devil. So I think now you're making a decision. So obviously if you're dealing with a Capricorn, because it's come up twice, you having that judgment call of, do I move forward in this energy, or do I walk away? Do I resurrect the situation, or do I not? It's like a revelation. Okay. Now that is if you're sort of dealing with somebody in particular. And as it relates to work, I feel like it's that kind of thing of, it's a wake-up call. Absolutely wake-up call. We've got all these energies here that are talking about a wake-up call. And because of the Ace of Swords, the World with the Ten of Swords over there, Hangman for sure, and of course Judgment. So I feel like in January you are really going to be having that wake-up call of this energy that you have been involved in. And the question really comes into, am I doing too much, and do I need to step back a bit or not? So the question really will arise in the aspect of toxicity. It's okay to throw yourself into something 100%, as long as you don't allow it to rule you and then be trapped and burdened by it and held down. If you look closely, there's the two is a male and female at the bottom who are connected by a chain around their neck. Okay, so the question really comes into, in January you are asking yourself, do I resurrect the situation in a more healthy way, or do I stay with how it's going now? Another question might be, is this healthy for me? So do I change it to be healthier for me, or is this energy that I'm involved in, is it actually serving me at this time? These are the kinds of questions you're going to be asking yourself in January. In your attitude, I really like this, the Magician. So you are really at the Wizard's standpoint of bringing all the elements into your life and pulling them in at your disposal and weaving them in the way that you know how. You're kind of using all the tools available in your environment. You're using everything you've got, every skill set you've got, and you're using them all as and when you need to. So I really love that conscious energy. And it feels to me like, because of that Five of Swords, it's like you don't care what anyone else thinks, okay? It's not important at this time for you to worry about what the outcome is going to be. This energy, you wanting to kind of do it for yourself, all right? We've got the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, but in your environment. So for sure, you're going to get some news coming in from the past, okay? There's people in your past that are going to come back in. Now it's typical, I mean, it's perfect because it's environment and it's obviously Mercury retrograde. But I do feel like you're going to get some good news, some good fortune, some real nice support. Okay, it feels to me that if you find yourself a little stuck in January where you have thrown yourself either into a project or a person, even a health regime that perhaps is a bit on the extreme side, then it feels to me that where you are maybe in that extreme energy, it feels to me like you can have some people from the past, old friends or connections that may kind of pull you out of that a little bit and help you to see and reflect. Okay, so I really like that. Your hopes and desires is to find unionship, to find an equal give and take and exchange with a close partnership. Now, this could be a close partnership in love. This could be a business partner. This could be seeing eye to eye with a family member who often it could be a little bit toxic with, particularly if in January sometimes we are left with a bit of a residue of, if you celebrate the holiday season, if there were some horrible things that happened that often can tend to kind of come up during get-togethers and reunions. People can set each other off, you know, you can be triggered here, left, right and center. So it could even be that situation of the desire and the hope that you rekindle, make peace basically with someone. And it's someone who doesn't really see, it's not, whoever this connection is, it's like your opposite, it's like your contrasting energy. And so coming together and understanding from both perspectives is very enlightening, and it's very, it teaches great lessons. So there is a desire, the wish to do that, to rekindle and to have someone that you can confide in again. And the fear would be, well, am I going to get that? Okay. The outcome for the month is a Ten of Swords with strength. So we're talking kind of, you're going to be stretched this month. Strength is obviously your card, but it talks about kind of being brave and bold and honest with yourself. She tames the inner beast. She tames the beast, which represents her inner beast. And it's not so easy to do, to kind of face our skeletons in the closet, or face our ego, because the pride of a lion, those sorts of things. So it feels like you're coming to the end of some sort of projects, coming to the end of some sort of hardship, which may even be slightly connected to this energy that you were, that had ended previously, but this is in a slightly different way. And while you feel like you've got some burdens to carry, you are close to the finish line. So it's just the last final slog. Also, because you're in Mercury retrograde, you may be feeling that with communications going all over the place and just all over the place in disarray, you could be finding that that's just like, oh, I'm so close to finishing, but I've got these hiccups along the way, and it's the cosmos. You've got no choice. You just got to move with it, okay? But Mercury retrograde is also time for finishing unfinished business, closing unfinished business once and for all, okay? So I just want to clarify a couple of these cards. Can I please get something more in the world? Thank you. We have the Fool and Death. My goodness, these are all majors. I'll show you this one first. So I was clarifying your intuition, your subconscious area, and that's what it looked like, okay? And clarifying that again, we've got the Fool and we've got Death. So you are ready to start a whole new beginning, which for sure you have, because you've got the Fool card here again anyway in your past position. But I feel it's sort of confirming what I said before. This beginning that you started in your recent past, as you step into January, was all about taking that leap of faith, but knowing that's a transformation, your whole transformation in your life and how you even view the world. and then that closes off, okay? But when you're having to say there's death or something gone, over and done with. Now, for some of you as well, we've got the Death card with the Ten of Swords here too, and the World. So for some of you, it could be that you're sensing a natural ending of the cycle, or natural ending of a season, and this could even be with people. And so it's as much as it can be heartbreaking, if you can reconcile with the fact that if you arrive at the world, you actually received everything you needed from that chapter, from that cycle, okay? So knowing that, you know that actually you missed out on nothing. You gained every experience that you could possibly have within that cycle. Now you're ready to step into the new. I also want to clarify this Judgment card with that Devil. Anything else, please? Thank you. The Empress. Ha! Very nice. Okay. So what do you choose? Do you choose to be held down, or do you choose your own sense of abundance and your own unconditional love? Okay. The Empress gives freely. The Devil gives with a price. Okay, there's always a price to pay with the Devil, and usually it sort of trips you up. The Empress, the more she gives, the more she has to give. That unconditional love is, doesn't matter what happens, that's where you want to go. So it really is that question of when you pose a question, I need to make a decision on either a person or a situation or a job that I'm putting my heart and soul into it. What do I do? Do I move with something that is conditional or something that is unconditional? All right, so that might be helpful for you. We'll end the reading off with an oracle card. What advice do you have for Leo, please, for their highest good? Can you clarify? Oh, just give us some advice, please, for Leo, for their highest good for January. 3 cards. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Okay. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And the age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, so these are all like high, I mean, she's floating, they're up in the air. That statue is doing this section. There's a lifting up. So it does feel to me like you for sure you've stepped into a new paradigm. You've stepped into your new chapter, 100%. Okay, but this is lighter energy, higher frequencies, higher vibrations. Okay, so now as you step into that, what tends to happen is the old you still wants to ground you in earth. So sometimes you end up feeling a heavier pull into darker, deeper things when you are naturally going higher. So be reassured that whatever the situation is, as you identify what is toxic in your life and what is not toxic, and how to like move through the energy, you've absolutely got this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You've got all the tools in your toolkit to handle this situation, okay? You are being supported by the universe. You are being integrated with new light codes and downloads and all of that jazz, if you know about that sort of stuff. And this is all to set you. Sometimes it's like when we become teachers and guides for others. If you consider yourself a light worker, or you just consider yourself an average human being who's just going about their business but would like to, kind of bring a little light and love to people's lives, right? It feels like the more of a guide you become in helping others to do that, or just making someone's day, sometimes they tend to have the hardest road. So sometimes you have to go down the real dark, narrow path in order to arrive at the other side, which you can do, absolutely, so that you can be the better teacher. You can be a stronger teacher. So that's all I have for you, Leo. I hope that it resonated. I hope it helped. I'm going to be moving on to the extended reading now. So I'm going to be looking at this judgment. Again, I'm going to investigate that further. And I also want to investigate the 10 of Wands with the Strength, the outcome. What's coming to an end for you, okay? The outcome for the month and the immediate future in terms of that judgment call that needs to be made. So you can go ahead and click on the link below in the description box, and the PayPal links below there as well. And for the rest of you, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, comment and share. It really does help my channel. And yeah, good luck for the month. A lot of big cards coming up, a lot of big changes and shifts. So I wish you all the best. Take care. Bye.